As we approach the end of 2025, there's a ton of clickbait out there about the housing market. But what does home affordability really look like as we approach the end of the year? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today, Monday, November 3rd. I hope everyone had a nice Halloween weekend. All right, there is a ton of clickbait out there that says that world is ending, that housing prices are crashing, that the interest rates are going to fall. But that's just what it is. It's just clickbait in my own opinion. So today we're going to look at the reality of the market. Now, interest rates are unchanged from last Friday. So I believe that the drama from the Fed rate cut is pretty much over. 6.01 is the national average on an FHA loan, which we're going to look at today. Conforming 6.28, jumbo 6.30, any loans over 818,000, and VA at 6.03. So I think this is very good for stabilizing the market. The market is starting to stabilize a little bit. Now, that doesn't mean that home prices aren't coming down off of the inflated prices we may have seen during COVID. So not a lot of new houses hit the market, obviously, on a Monday, but this one stood out to me. We're going to 11716 Northeast 42nd Court in Vancouver, Washington, Southwest Washington, 98686. This would be considered the Salmon Creek neighborhood. 4 beds, 3 baths, 2513 square feet, built in 2003. So this is the perfect, ideal move-up home, maybe a first-time home buyer home, but a family home, right? 4 beds, so I have room for my kids. I'm in a good school district. This house is in a cul-de-sac, and it's 2,500 square feet. It's a decent-sized home, but look at this price, $555. Okay, they just had a price cut in September, so we'll look at that in a second, and I'm going to show you how I would finance it and how I would recommend you negotiate it. Of course, you're going to do this with your real estate agent. Great location, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home in Salmon Creek area. This home features a spacious family room and living room with large windows bringing in natural light, gas fireplace, sliding door, back covered patio, fully fenced backyard, 4 generous sized bedrooms, and laundry is upstairs. That's great. Primary bedroom has vaulted ceilings, walk-in shower, walk-in closet, AC, gas furnace, oversized 2-car garage, convenient location near I-5 and I-205, restaurants and retail. No HOAs, that's really attractive. Cul-de-sac, that's really attractive. Now, they're targeting the investors out here with house rents for approximately $3,300 a month. Now, do your own due diligence there. We're not going to be covering how to finance this as an investment property, but I want to keep in mind that this house rents for approximately $3,300 a month. So what does it look like if we were to buy it versus rent it? This home is listed by Lori. Here it is on a map. Right kind of in the southeast corner of Salmon Creek, just south of Mount Vista. All right, let's look at some pictures. So we cover a lot of exciting, especially on the live streams, luxury homes, $1 million homes, cabins. This is your ideal, quintessential, not very exciting 2,500 square foot home in a cul-de-sac. This is your dual income, dual kids dream home, right? Okay. Hopefully these pictures will load here. Oh, and I love it when the listing agent puts the floor plan with the dots to showing you where you're at in the home. So there's your drone shot. There are a couple flag lots to the side of you, but nice long driveway. It's a decent sized lot. We'll have to go back and look at the lot size. Covered front patio. Okay, here's our entryway into a living room. This is that 90s, early 2000s floor plan where you have a separate living room and family room. And the kitchen's kind of in the middle of the house. There's your dining room. Okay, here's the great room or family room. Gas fireplace, ceiling fan. Looks very clean. It's got nice windows with some molding around the windows, which is a plus at this price point. There's your covered back patio. They do have a Roomba. Those are pretty cool. Formica countertops, original cabinets. You do have a mix of stainless steel and white appliances, but for not a lot of money, you can come in here and either paint the cabinets, definitely upgrade the appliances, maybe new countertops. This isn't a hugely expensive remodel to update this kitchen, depending on how crazy you want to get. It does have a nice sink. So gas fireplace, but electric stove. I wonder if you could plumb that for a gas stove. Little office area in the kitchen, powder room. Okay, there's our stairs. Going upstairs. Here's our primary with the vaulted ceilings. Also has a ceiling fan, nice windows. Here's our bath. Same goes with the bathroom as it does the kitchen. Wouldn't be too expensive. You could even just take this out and go to Costco and get one of those nice vanities and put one of those in. But it is a dual sink vanity. Nice walk-in closet in the bathroom. Here's bedroom number 2. They're using as an office, ceiling fan. Bedroom number 3, ceiling fan. Guest bath upstairs. And bedroom number 4. Our laundry room's upstairs. Looks like a decent size with a sink. Very nice. Linen closet. Nice sized backyard, fully fenced. There's your covered patio. Is this home in need of update? Yes. Is it super exciting? No. It's a very nice looking home, but in this square footage of Salmon Creek, it's very easy to get to $1 million for 2,500 square feet. So in a way, you're looking at a pretty significant discount compared to other homes in this square footage. Let's look at the lot size, and then I'm going to show you how I would finance this home. 6,100 square foot lot. So it looks and feels bigger than it probably is, but yeah. All right, let's look at some numbers. Now, there has been a price reduction on this home, so there may be some more room to negotiate. We might have a motivated seller here. So there's a lot of different ways you can set this up. Here are two. FHA, 3.5% down. FHA is not a first-time home buyer exclusive program, but it really is designed to promote home ownership with lower credit score requirements, lower down payment requirements, higher debt-to-income thresholds. $555 is our purchase price with 3.5% down. That would make our loan amount $545,483. Interest rates, national average on FHA according to Mortgage News Daily, 6.01%. If we look at a payment breakdown, principal and interest $32.73, $344 a month for property taxes, $100 a month roughly for homeowners insurance. FHA does have monthly mortgage insurance, and you have it for the life of the loan at $244 a month, bringing our total payment to $39.62. So not bad, but compared to what this house rents for at $3,300, we're over what it rents for. If we were to put 10% down, our mortgage, everything pretty much stays the same. Our principal and interest drops to $3,085. The mortgage insurance drops to $89 a month. And our interest rate, 6.28 is the national average according to Mortgage News Daily, bringing our payment down $343 to $36.18. So we're getting closer to that $3,300. Now, if I were starting a family and wanted to make an offer on this home, this is how I would finance it. I would go FHA, keeping as much money in my pocket as possible. I'm going to ask the sellers to pay for all my closing costs, which brings my cash to close to $19,425, which is exactly my down payment. So all I'm bringing in is my down payment. I'm also going to ask the sellers to pay for a loan feature called a temporary 2-1 buydown. Now, if you watch this channel, we talk about 2-1 buydowns a lot, and there's a good reason for it. Every market has its advantages, and we are in a market where the consensus is that rates are going to continue to improve. There's room to negotiate, and I think this loan feature makes a lot of sense. So if we were to ask the sellers to pay for a temporary 2-1 buydown, the first year, our interest rate would be reduced by 2%, bringing our interest rate to 4.01, reducing our payment $667 a month. For the first 12 payments, we're looking at $32.94. So for the first year, it's going to be equal to what we can rent this house for. Now, in year 2, our interest rate's reduced by 1% to 1 temporary buydown, bringing our interest rate to 5.01, saving us $342 a month for year 2 and a payment of $36.19. And then years 3 through 30, we're at the 6.01 and the full payment of $39.62. Now, hopefully, we can catch a refinance. Refinancing is never guaranteed, but if we were able to catch a refinance, hopefully it'd be somewhere in the low 5s, and we can lock that in and possibly refinance out of FHA, reducing our mortgage insurance and saving even more. The total cost to the sellers to pay for all of your closing costs and the 2-1 buydown would be $21,808. Now, if you were just to come in and lowball them $20,000 on their purchase price, you're going to save somewhere around $120 a month compared to $667 the first year and $342 the second year. So that's a lot for a Monday morning, but that's how I would do it. That's what the reality of this market looks like, is you can, in Southwest Washington, find a 2,500 square foot house in good condition for $555. So you guys have a good Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.